Congratulations back into the quarterfinals
Thank
at
you.
Roland Garros.
Yeah.
Just tell us about your emotions after the match and what were the keys today to getting the win?
Actually, emotions, I didn't have much left after this match. I think I was still in the match when giving interview on court and after. Now, just a bit relaxed and honestly really tired. So, but really proud of myself because a couple of people reminded me that I was set down 6-3, 3-1, La 40 down. So I actually felt like lost match already. So, but I kept on fighting every point, believing, and here I am here.
Hi, Anastasia. Congratulations on the win. Was this your first time on Chatrier since the final, even to practice?
Yes, first time. I didn't even practice on Chatrier. Lower players don't really get a chance to practice on those courts.
And what did you make of the atmosphere out there? How did you feel the memories of the last time you were there?
Yeah, it was, I mean, obviously a very nice memory going up the stairs, and that is very special. But also not easy because I was playing 3 matches on a small court, so actually it just felt a little bit strange at the start. And also today was really tough conditions, was a lot of wind, and on one side we didn't even have the clay left actually because with the wind it was flying away, so I couldn't really slide on that side anymore, and so it was not easy.
Nastia, congratulations.
Thank you.
You have told us that you love to compete and you love to win.
Yeah.
So where do you get your competitive spirit from? Do you think that sometimes when you are behind in a match, your competitive spirit is at its highest? And how competitive do you think you would be if you were not allowed to drink coffee?
Well, I think without coffee I wouldn't wake up today, or I would be still sleeping on the court. I think my fighting spirit and competitiveness comes from being back in Russia as a little girl. I didn't have much of support and sponsorships, deals, nothing. So I was just growing up playing on some bad courts, and my dad was coaching me. So since then, I felt like every match I was playing or practice or whatever, I just felt like I want to win and I have to win to kind of keep surviving and keep going and continue playing tennis that I love. So I think it comes more from that. Since being a child, I think I've just grown up with this.
Yes.
Hello. Over here. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Mira Andreeva was in here yesterday, and she was saying that there was a slight concern about her visa for Wimbledon because there's sort of been delays on it. And I'm just wondering if you've had any worries about your visa, or if you're still waiting, or if you've granted one or you don't need one at this point.
Well, first of all, I have one. Second of all, I'm not worried because I'm not going to Wimbledon this year because my protecting ranking allowed me to play only 2 Grand Slams, and Roland Garros is my 2nd Grand Slam. So since the deadline was closed before the Roland Garros, even with the new ranking points that I got from Roland Garros, I'm not qualifying for Wimbledon because they're using my old ranking, which is like 400. So there is no way I can get in, and so no grass season for me this year.
Question here.
Congratulations on the win today.
Sorry. Yeah, thanks. Sorry.
Congratulations. And I just wanted to ask you a little bit about your injury and your comeback from there. Was there a point in this journey back, your surgery and then your comeback from there, was there a point that you thought that you may not come back, you didn't want to come back, and how hard was that?
I for sure wanted to come back. There was no doubt about it. But of course there was a fear and doubts that I knew I would come back, but how I would come back, I didn't know. Like, I had a fear that and doubts that maybe I will never win a match again. Maybe I will never get my good form back, or I will never be fit again. And what if I start playing again and the pain comes back and my knee is bad again, you know? So, of course, I had a lot of thoughts and fear. But I guess this motivation and this desire of coming back and competing again and being on these big stages again and playing these 3-hour matches like today, you know, there was a lot more weight on that. So that kind of pushed me. I believed. I worked so hard, and even with all the failures that I had earlier this year, and those like sometimes ridiculous matches that I lost, still kept on believing, working hard, and just persistence and patience.
Nastia, congratulations.
Thanks.
Earlier in the tournament, you said you weren't here to just like fill a draw. You weren't here to just participate, and that you wanted to come back being better than the player that was before the injury. So 3 seeds knocked out, 2 3-hour matches, back in the quarterfinals. How do you rate your level in Paris this week so far?
So far, I mean, of course, I'm not going to complain. I'm playing, I'm into quarterfinal, but I feel like today also there was not much, especially at the beginning, I wasn't quite satisfied with my game because I think I had a slow start and some unforced errors. But so far, it's just thanks to my fighting spirit, I think, and patience and persistence. But I want to combine this with also like a good quality game for next one. I would love to, you know, have some good quality match just by like really enjoying my shots and everything. Because today was more than half a match. There was a lot of frustration almost after each point, and so but win is a win, you know. So I'm happy to be here, and then I'll try to I try to be a better player than I was before. I'm happy how physically I'm still holding up and pushing myself. So I'm excited for more.
Hi, Anastasia. Congratulations. Obviously tired right now, but it's been a long time since you've played, you know, this many matches in this period of time. Are you totally confident in your ability to recover in the next 48 hours, or is that at all a concern?
I try not to think about it yet, but my second round match, it was also more than 3 hours, and so I've recovered quite well for the next match, and I felt good on my third match on court. So I don't think about it. So just trying to enjoy this win today, and then take it step by step.
Nastia, before the injury, you were basically at this week in, week out. Since you were junior, you never really had any major layoffs. Mm-hmm. Was there ever any burnout that you dealt with during that period? And now that you're back, do you feel fresher? Do you feel like you have a new perspective?
Yeah, well, absolutely. I think it's even normal to have a burnout, and I think a lot of people have it, and it's not only in sports. I think in life in general, because I think we always like rush in and we're never satisfied. Maybe whatever you have, you always probably look around and you want to be better, or this is not enough, you need this and that, and you're always going for more. So I think it's constant race in life and in sports especially. And of course, I also had a burnout a couple years ago before the injury, and I think now I just try to evaluate and look at this from a different position, and really appreciating what I have, and that's why I'm not giving up on every point when I'm on court, because I think this is great what we have, and I appreciate that more and more, and so just fighting for this.
Hi, Nastia.
Hi.
You talked about the losses and, you know, the difficulty, I guess the doubts that came after them. Just wondering how you kind of bounced back from the loss to Iga and just how you digested that match and then came back stronger. Another question, sorry, on the visa, I know in 2021 you missed Cincinnati, right, because of your visa issue.
Yeah.
What was that like, and have you had any visa issues since then?
So first on the Iga top, well, as I mentioned before, it was a hard loss, even though, I mean, she's Iga and she's number one in the world, I know, but you still don't want to lose 6-love. So, and I felt like I deserved to at least fight and take more than, one game. And I actually felt so good in Rome after first match and on the practice courts, and I actually had a lot of confidence going into that match. And then I just went off court and I said to my coach, like, am I really that bad? Or I just didn't understand what just happened. So, and then I watched that match again and then adjusted myself. And I said to my coach, okay, we're working on this and that and that. I don't like how I move. I don't like how I serve. I don't like how I defend. This is like all ridiculous. And if I want to be on that level, we have to work a lot, like right now. And so, all those adjustments, like I just only had like 1 week before Strasbourg, and we worked so hard. And also with my fitness trainer, I told him like, just move me around, like So, and then I tried to already use that in Strasbourg on my matches, and it's getting better. So, but still a lot of things I can improve, which is positive. And the visa topic. It was ridiculous, frustrating, because I was coming in to Montreal after winning gold in Tokyo, so I was so excited to play Montreal and Cincinnati in US Open, and I felt actually so good also and confident. And then that visa problem where I was stuck for 3 weeks in Canada waiting for my US visa. And then they only gave it to me Thursday evening. I could fly to US Open. Friday was my first practice, basically. And then in 2 days, US Open was starting. Because I was saying to them, if you don't give me Friday, then I'm out of the US Open. So then I don't know, I lost like 2 kilos probably because I was so nervous. And that was really frustrating. It's actually so frustrating when you're ready and you want to play, but you can't because I couldn't control that situation.
Just on the Wimbledon topic, what is there not kind of? Do you not think, based on your run here, was there not a chance of you potentially getting a wild card? Is that not an option?
Are you serious? Do you think after situation last year they would give me a wild card this year?
Have you been told they would?
I can try and ask. Actually, you're right. Thank you. I will try and ask, and I'll let you know on the next press conference. Fingers crossed.
Hi. You said earlier about the not being able to practice on the big courts. I just wonder what's the difference in experience at a Grand Slam as a lower ranked player compared to a higher one, and how much more difficult is it to perform at your best?
Sorry, I wasn't listening to. Sorry,
shall I go again? No, that's fine, don't worry.
Actually, this happens to me a lot, but usually I do it with my coach when he tells me what to do on court, but sorry.
It's okay. I was just saying, you mentioned about being a low-ranked player and not being able to therefore practice on the big courts. I just wondered, what is the difference in experience at a Grand Slam as a lower-ranked player compared to a higher one, and how much more difficult does that make it?
I was thinking about it, and I think it's difficult. But again, I'm not in a position to complain or ask for better courts. I just, feet on the ground, working hard, and fighting and trying to get my place there, sort of, Unfortunately, when you're a lower-ranked player, you don't have much choice. So most of the time I practice offside actually here. Again, I'm not complaining since you asked, so I just reply. But there is a slight difference in courts for sure. And especially, as I said, just the space, because center court obviously is way bigger. So even the sound of the ball and everything, the bounce just feels different. So that's it. It's not easy, but again, I don't have much choice. So
Thank you.
thank you. Thanks.
С победой. О чем вы вообще думали в том гейме, когда 7 брейкпоинтов вы отыгрывали?
На 3-1?
Да, вот о чем-то конкретном или просто вот чтобы выжить?
Да, по-моему, я ни о чем не думала. Я уже думаю, все, 4-1. Я уже думала, что счет 6-3, 4-1. Попробую побороться на 4-1. Там уже вперед забежала и думаю, я все равно попробую сделать все, что могу, даже на 4-1. Конечно, про себя думаю, это слишком далеко уже упустила. Я как-то уже, я там уже в будущем была, то есть больше. Но, опять же, всегда всегда продолжаю бороться, всегда играть. То есть все равно потом зацепила 1-2 мяча, 30-40, и уже думаю, так, окей, сейчас, значит, можно еще побороться за этот гейм. Почему нет? А там посмотрим. И так потихоньку мяч за мячом, и как-то получилось.
3 матча подряд выиграли, проиграли первый сет. Это такой фирменный стиль у вас теперь?
Первый сет разминаюсь, там пока прибиваюсь. Да нет, не знаю. У меня была сегодня такая мысль, думаю, да что такое у меня с этим первым сетом? Опять какая-то фора. А потом думаю, так, ладно, все, это новый матч, неважно, забыли про те. Все с самого нуля начинаем сейчас, и я хочу выиграть и борюсь.
Настя, немножко отвлекаясь от, скажем так, конкретного следующего матча, в этом сезоне Франция опять погрузилась просто в грусть повальную, потому что до 3-го не дошел вообще никто из 28. На ваш взгляд, здесь столько академий, в них в том числе много французов, но русские в этих академиях в результате достигают серьезных высот, а французов не получается. Вы уже упоминали особенности российской ментальности. Все-таки, на ваш взгляд, почему это все происходит? Сейчас все тут озадачились, что делать?
Почему? Я только могу говорить от себя. Когда маленькая росла, у меня не было таких условий, когда я начинала в теннис играть. Я играла в Самаре с 2 ракетками, с протертыми намотками, в одних шортах, трещины на кортах были, у нас были лысые мячи. Зимой было 0 градусов, я с термосом приходила на корт. 1 января мне папа говорил, неважно, Новый год или что, мы идем тренироваться в 10 утра. Я в шапке, в перчатках, это я не шучу, в перчатках, в шапке играла. Мне кажется, у французов таких условий нет. Это уже, я вам просто привожу факты, я не буду ничего говорить, это вам решать. И, конечно, я не то, что озлобленная росла, просто когда я приезжала в Европу там почти на последние деньги, $200 там у меня у папы было, и мне папа говорил, как хочешь, ты должна выиграть, мне все равно как. И ты идешь и борешься, и выигрываешь. И это все с детства происходит. И поэтому сейчас, когда счет 6-3, 3-1, 0-40, я стою и борюсь. И да, мне кажется, в этом тоже есть разница.
Скажите, пожалуйста, вы уже так давно во Франции, вы наверняка ее уже всю знаете, как себя почти. Какие-то любимые места здесь есть? Вы где предпочитаете отдыхать, здесь или все-таки есть еще какие-то страны любимые?
Мне, в принципе, наверное, больше все-таки юг Франции нравится. Я там живу и провожу больше времени. И погода, и просто я море очень люблю. Для меня важно пляж, море, вода. Как-то сразу заряжаюсь и расслабляюсь. Париж очень красивый город, я его реально очень люблю. Парижане так сложно, да. В прошлом году, кстати, я съездила первый раз в мою Шандо, недалеко от Парижа, с друзьями, потому что я не играла, и у меня была возможность, было интересно.
Настя, у Муховой там 6-4 и 5-2, скорее всего, с ней будете играть. Что не можете сказать?
Ну, мне кажется, она чем-то похожа на Мертенс, чуть-чуть. Она очень разнообразно играет и режет, хорошо двигается, и, в принципе, может и... она к сетке очень часто идет, с лета хорошо играет. У нее разнообразный теннис. На самом деле, мне очень нравится, как она играет. И последний раз, по-моему, я с ней играла в Мадриде 2 года назад. У нас был упорный матч, где я выиграла. Но как-то не особо хочется про нее говорить. Я всех уважаю соперниц, но на себе буду больше сосредотачиваться. Спасибо. Спасибо. Давай.